with my first upload in a few days. Brief explanation, basically just I hammered a bunch out, and the days up to that I went quite a bit without missing a day, and I got a little burnt out on going through the whole recording process. Wanted to take a few days off. Plus, I got a break week every damn where. All 3 leagues I'm in, I got a stupid break week, so I didn't have, it's not like I had too much building up anyway, and not to mention I was not overly eager to get this battle up, and you'll see why when you watch this video. Anyway, I'm up here for week 6 of LD against Joe, and he's got himself a team consisting of Megalopony, Drapion, Necrozma, Diggersby, Vaporeon, and Hydreigon. And this is actually a pretty damn interesting matchup because this far into the season of LD Majors, this is the number 1 in the standing coach versus number 2. It's been a game me and Joe have been talking about for a bit, so hopefully it lives up to the hype. And I will switch over to my team here. I've got a nice little setup steal here with the Rocky MZ. Rocky MZ allowed me to hit. Let me look at my cheat sheet. Nothing he brought. It hit a few things though. The power, the extra boost in power. I remember the Rocky MZ with the Stone Edge. It was significant for quite a few of the things I would use the Z against, and it came up nice there. Seed Bomb, of course, hits that good old Vaporeon. Heatran is next. I'm running a Scarf set with Overheat, Flash Cannon, Dragon Pulse, and of course it's Toxic for those obvious Vaporeon switch-ins that I am ready for. Next up here, I've got a Lefties, somewhat speedy, max HP, Tapu Fini running Nature's Madness, Moonblast, Taunt, Hydro Pump. I've got enough speed to outpace any variant of Necrozma, just to make sure that I can taunt the thing so it doesn't get up turn 1 rocks. Taunt also helps break down pretty much anything. He doesn't wall this with very much, especially with Nature's Madness spam. It's good for kind of chipping down on his team. Next up here, I've got a Celebi with a little bit of a weird set. Let me try to remember this set. Why the hell was I so quick? Very particular reason I wanted a lot of speed on this Celebi. I believe, did he have a Hydreigon? He did have a Hydreigon, yep. I'm faster than that. I wanted to be faster than Diggersby, and there was a few other things. I had my reasons, but you believe that I had my damn reasons. Reflect, basically just, and make sure that when Celebi comes in, because Celebi is a little bit passive, and make sure that I'm making use of that turn and I'm not just trading Switch Initiative for Switch Initiative and not really gaining anything. U-turn does a lot of the same thing, but there's a time to U-turn and a time to not U-turn. As Kenny Rogers would basically he was saying that kind of thing. Next up, I've got a Banded Zygarde 10%, and I have changed its nickname. It is now nicknamed after Saint Hilly, rather than its previous nickname, which was after Specs King. And the reason is that I decided I would not have a convicted diddler who, many of you don't know this, he's a teacher, and he was caught making out with his 10th grade student, and he got suspended for a month because of that. And as a result, I decided I wanted to sever all ties and change my nickname to be after my good friend Saint Hilly instead. And I'm running a Banded set. I had a reason for Toxic. Do I need Toxic for Vaporeon? Probably not. I bet I had a better reason. I did this battle over a week ago. I should have recorded it then, but when I'm not eager to get a battle up, I let days go by, and then I forget all my damn sets. Especially because I built for this one a bit before I did it, and I think so. Next up, I got a physically defensive Piloswine rocking those rocks. I've got Avalanche because it was significant to get the added damage for things like I had my reasons, don't question me. There's a reason I wanted Avalanche over Icicle Crash. You better believe the hype. I was just more expecting that I was going to be clicking an ice move on something that may be staying in rather than switching out, which is, in those situations, it's better to have Avalanche than it is to have Icicle Crash. And of course, the rest of it's very standard boilerplate. Don't need much of an explanation for that. Alright, so enough, a little less conversation, a little more action. What do you say we get the show on the road? Alright, let's get this thing going. So I'm going to lead off with Feeney, as is planned. He leads Necrozma. Plan was always to taunt this motherfucker. I will get that off, and he just went for his knockoff, which is interesting. Not exactly what I was expecting turn 1, but makes some sense. I'm now going to click my Nature's Madness to get significant chip, and I am going to miss the Drapion, and boy is this loss of damage on the Drapion going to come back to haunt me. So, I got quite a bit of speed on my Feeney. If that landed, probably I would have just clicked Moonblast or Hydro Pump, depending on what the calcs told me about what I needed, and just tried to take out the Drapion with my Tapu Fini and made that trade there. Instead, I'm going to be forced to switch here. No, I'm going to stay in and I'm going to taunt him. Right, yeah. I didn't know if he would be fast. I didn't think particularly he was overly likely to be fast. And since my removal was non-existent, I thought I would tread chance being faster than this thing. So that's going to be a burn turn for me. Nice going, taunting the thing after it got up its hazard. I'm going to be forced to go to my Zygarde here, expecting the P-Jab. I can get in now without the spike affecting me. And I'll get to go for my 1,000 arrows. And that is now a roll to do a KO the Necrozma. So let's see how we can do here. Nope, we're going to get 52 again, and the Necrozma is going to be able to get a knockoff and a crit. That crit is also going to have a bit of impact on this game, unfortunately. And that's actually an insane amount of damage for knockoff because Zygarde has insanely little bulk. But he switches out into Vaporeon, and I'm actually going to predict that and get Toxic. So yay, I get a little bit of style points after the first 6 turns are a complete train wreck. I get a little bit of style points in turn 7. Then I'm going to switch out into my Celebi here. Just a real conservative play there. He's going to roar me out, just trying to spread his poison, and he's going to get Piloswine in, which is not the worst thing, but the second worst thing. So that's grand. I'm going to switch out his Celebi here, and he is going to go into his Necrozma. I don't know why I said Celebi like I'm not sure, because I saw the Celebi. Necrozma is going to switch out, and I'm going to click U-turn, which will catch the Drapion. And oh, no, I'm going to go Piloswine here. I'm trying to remember if I went Piloswine or Zygarde. I went Piloswine here, and I believe I got up my rocks. Might have Earthquaked. Did Earthquake. Get a little bit of chip on Vaporeon. It's actually pretty decent when you also count the little bit of Toxic there. He's going to switch out into Necrozma here, and I'm going to set up my rocks, predicting that he would Wish there. So, nice to have those things up now. He's going to Moonlight. I am just going to click my Earthquake, get a little bit of damage, potentially pick it off if it didn't have Moonlight because it hadn't shown it yet. Now I know he has it, and I'm going to switch in my Tapu Fini, which unfortunately going to now get poisoned. One of the funny things about Tapu Fini is it comes in on T-Spike and gets poisoned, then the terrain goes up, which would have saved it. That's just how that mechanic works, though. He goes into Drapion. I go for Moonblast. This thing would be gone if we landed the Madness earlier, but we do not. So I'm going to go for another Moonblast there and try to get it in definitely range of everything. He's going to P-Jab here, so I figure that this might be the turn where I think about setting up with Celesteela, especially because I'm kind of backed into a corner here. So I will go for my Atomize here as he goes into Diggersby. Here I'm going to click Seed Bomb. You know, no more tomorrow, baby. Time is today. Let's go for it while we're in. He's going to go for Wild Charge, which is going to do more than I'm comfortable with. And he's going to quick attack, and I am just going to be able to pick the thing off with Seed Bomb. And he is going to bring in here his Lopunny. And I know I take a fake out from this thing, so my play is just to stay in and keep clicking Heavy Slam as he goes for fake out here. But he came packing the normal priority today because he is going to show off the quick attack as well, and that will take down my Celesteela there. Not too much we got left. My only thing I can do right now is try to set up a winning condition with my Heatran. He's going to go into his Drapion. I'm going to Giga Drain the thing. I know I'm faster, so I'm just going to click my Giga Drain again, or maybe U-turn, one of the two. I'm going to reflect neither of the two. All right. There I go. So Drapion's going to go up to 13. And here I'm going to recover. I probably should have just Giga Drained. I'm just trying too much to get to a scenario where I could potentially win, although that wasn't realistic. I was trying to stay healthy enough to be able to beat Lopunny with this thing. And in doing that, I'm going to screw around a little bit too much with the Drapion. And again, recovering. Let's just skip to the part where I pick the thing off. Enough of this bull. But yeah, I should have just I should have just immediately took the thing out when I had the chance, and focused more on getting the differential that I could than trying to get to this, at this point, unrealistic scenario where I'm able to pull this back. He's going to go into his Hydreigon here as I recover. And, hey, is Celebi the Hydreigon counter right now? Step up big time? Nope, I'm going to get bopped by Dark Pulse and then U-turn out. And I will go into my Heatran here. I will go into my Heatran, and I'm going to click my Dragon Pulse here, if I'm not mistaken. He's going to go into the Drapion, and I do go for the Dragon Pulse, and I'm able to pick that thing off. He is going to go into his Hydreigon. He's definitely Scarf now. We know that for sure because he outpaced the Celebi. Speaking of Celebi, I'm going to go ahead and sack my Celebi off as he locks into Earth Power. I'm going to have to go to Piloswine and try to KO this thing with priority into priority. But, of course, he's not going to chance that. He's going to go into the Vaporeon here. And I don't remember this turn, so I don't have the filler here. I'm going to have to go into my Heatran here, and he's actually going to click the Scald instead of the Wish. So, no bueno. Definitely no bueno. And I have no more rock switching, so I'm just going to have to click my Dragon Pulse here. He'll Roar. I'll go into Zygarde, and that means Zygarde has one turn left for sure. I'll only get to click one more thing. I believe I'm just going to go for Outrage here as he goes for Protect. I'm instead going to go for T-Arrows. I should have clicked Outrage, but it didn't really matter anyway, so it's not like that was that big deal, but I probably should have clicked Outrage there. I'm going to have Piloswine come in here, and Lopunny is just going to be able to wrap things up. So, GG to my man, even though this game pissed me the hell off. I'm not going to lie. Very frustrating way for the thing to go, especially because it was a game I was looking forward to. And in the first few turns, there's a bit of shitty luck that kind of screwed the whole thing up. But you know that's Pokemon. You run that risk every damn time you play this stupid game. So, unfortunately, because of that, I'm going to move on to 4-2. But hopefully we can rebound stronger next week. And I want to thank you guys for watching. Have yourselves a good night.